Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
We are back. Everything's falling.
Yes.
The sky is falling.
That was us.
That was us. I'm on Instagram. I am so happy this morning.
Yeah.
It's so good to be back at home. We have so much to share with you.
Mm-hmm.
We got back. Well, first of all, let me just say, because I know that there might be some new people watching, because we have a lot of new followers.
We do.
We are Jems Lux Fibers. I'm Judy,
I'm Emily.
and we are located here in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I am just like on cloud nine right now this morning. We got back Sunday night.
Yes.
You might think we are crazy, but we left Maryland at 5 o'clock. Actually, we woke up at 5 o'clock, but then by the time we got hooked up, got all of our luggage loaded into the vehicle, I think it was like closer to 6 before we pulled out.
Yeah.
But when we get on the road, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And I think there was one time Emily's like, we stopped to get gas, and she was like, how much longer? I mean, so I think we stop and get gas like every 300 miles.
Yeah.
And sometimes it might even be before 300 miles.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, she's like, I better go to the bathroom. And I was like, yeah, you better. But we drove home all day.
Yeah.
And people are like, how in the world can y'all do that? I never got sleepy until like the last 14 miles.
Yeah.
Because you're coming into Vicksburg and there's a sign that says 14 miles till Vicksburg. And I'm like, oh, Lord, please help me get this last 14 miles. But people say, how can y'all do that? We turned on the radio. Actually, I was streaming from my phone.
Yeah.
Well, first we went to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to Georgia. And then we went to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So going to Chicago, we were kind of talking a lot, just talking about the show and planning and stuff. And then right before we got into town, we started listening to music. And I turned on Phil Collins. And so we were singing and listening to Phil Collins.
Yeah.
It has been forever, but I loved Phil Collins.
I know.
And so, but then when we were on to Georgia, we don't think we really listened to a whole lot of music. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But then coming home Sunday from Maryland, we were talking a little bit, and then I turned on the 70s. And there was some good music.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning,
really
Valera.
Good, really good music.
We were singing, and there was some points I'm driving, and I'm dancing in my seat.
And you snapping.
And Emily's like, people are going to drive by and see you and think, what is she doing?
She's dancing and singing.
But okay, y'all, I discovered something. And I actually knew, but I have something to tell on Emily. Hey, Deborah, good morning. Do y'all know what Emily wanted to be when she was growing up?
Oh my gosh. I'm not telling you anything anymore.
Do y'all want to know?
I was young. I was little.
I mean, y'all should be so grateful that she decided to change her careers.
Yes.
Because she's here,
but
she could be a solid go dancer.
I did take dance.
You took dance?
Yes.
So how many years did you take dance?
Like 3 or 4. Yeah.
So when she was young, I don't know I'm kind of telling my age maybe, but when we were growing up, on Saturday morning, it was American Bandstand.
Yeah.
I always watched that.
I did too.
And then when was Solid Gold? That was at night.
It was at night, and it was only once a week. Like I don't remember.
So what was
day.
it even about? I don't even remember. I remember the show.
I know, I can't even remember all that much, but they had dancers on.
I remember them. They had on these gold leotards.
Yeah.
So Emily wanted to be a solid gold dancer.
Yeah.
Evidently something happened, and it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be.
So here she is.
Yep.
She's a dyer instead.
Yep.
But we had so much fun. We laughed and we laughed.
Mm-hmm.
We both kind of got congested. I first started getting congested when we got into Maryland.
I think so.
I think when we were in Georgia, the pollen was so bad.
It was.
And I mean, like there was just a layer of it on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a little fan, and I'm sleeping with the fan right there on my face. And so I don't know which of those made me sick, but I was kind of just congested. And so I was taking some medicine. Rebecca said, you can still be a solid gold dancer in your spare time. And Valera said, American Bandstand and other shows like that are on YouTube. Oh, we might have to go watch them.
I know.
So the house the Airbnb that we rented in Baltimore had this full length huge mirror in the living room.
Yes.
And I was like, we need to practice our dance routine because we've been talking about this. It didn't happen.
No.
But we were talking about that we didn't get to do it at Frederick, and there was like a maintenance man that was there, and he heard us talking.
Yes.
That we were going to dance in front of the mirror, and he was like, what did he say? Something like, we all can practice here or something. Yeah. We were like, oh my gosh. It was so funny. But anyway, so I was congested, and then I went and got some medicine, and it was actually after knit night, I got some medicine, and it totally worked. Like 2 days later, I was fine, but then you started, so we were kind of sneezing the whole time. So Emily was mimicking my sneezing.
Oh my gosh, it's not even a sneeze.
Well, like yours is not even a sneeze either.
I sneeze a couple of times, and then it does this fake thing, and it makes me so mad. Like, you're going to sneeze, and then you don't. Like, oh, it's so aggravating.
So we were laughing at each other so much coming home. It was like we had such a great time just driving.
Yeah.
And listening to music and hearing all these songs from, and
when
you're like.
We were high school. And,
yeah.
Well, I guess 70s wasn't.
We weren't even born.
Yeah.
We were born.
We were little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we weren't like listening to all that. But
Yeah.
anyway, we had a good time.
Yeah.
It was fun. And, but we literally just would stop and get gas and get back on the road. We stopped one time and we got something to eat. What did we get to eat? Oh, we
got Jimmy
John's.
Yeah.
And then just got right back on the road. And
yeah.
I wasn't even really tired.
No, you weren't. Just that last when it gets dark, you get more quiet. And I think it's just because you're just more paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, a lot of times when I travel, because that's like 17, 18 hours that we were on the road. When I travel like that, when I get to a place and I finally stop, I have like an equilibrium. Like I'm like, I feel like I'm still going and stuff. And that takes a little bit to knock off. But of course, we got back and I went to bed. Like I was tired. Actually, I lay there for a little bit and I'm like, okay, like you got to go to sleep. You got to go to sleep because I'm still so kind of wired.
Right.
Forcing myself to stay awake. But we had a great show at Yarn Centric. It was amazing. We got to see so many of our people. Jen.
Yes.
Crystal, Kim, Kirsten, Anne, one of our customers, she's purchased from us a few times, and she came in and she was like, I'll follow you or I'll watch you. And I was like, what's your name? And she said her first name. And then I said her last name. She's like, you knew that? And so it was so good, but we were so busy. And with Yarn Centric, people are coming in, like they buy tickets and they get, I think, like 2 hours of shopping.
So, yeah.
And so you could tell when it would kind of slow down and then the next wave was going to come through. And I'm like, we got to restock. And we were restocking and moving stuff around. It was nuts. It was fun. And then we got to go to Maryland Sheep and Wool.
We did.
It was raining.
It was raining
and cold. And when you walk out of a building, I'd put my hood up. And then when you walk back in, you take it down because it's kind of hard to look when you've got like a hood on. But there were so many people.
So many people. It was an experience.
It was hard to get into booths. But for Emily and I told her, I was like, it's a little bit different for us because we go to fiber shows every weekend almost. We see a lot of the people, a lot of their yarn. And so I wasn't really shopping. I mean, I was just kind of
to go. We had never been before, and so
but it was fun.
It was fun, yes.
It was an experience because you're like trudging around through the mud, and
we got boots.
Yeah, we did get some rain water boots, and I luckily when we were leaving the shop when we headed out to Chicago, Emily was like, "You better get a jacket. It's going to be cold." I had not. She's like, "Did you pack a jacket?" And I said, "No." And I had one right here by the door. And she's like, "Grab it." Or you actually grabbed it.
Yeah, I did.
And the jacket has a hood. So thanks, Emily.
You're welcome. See,
she takes care of me.
Yeah.
But Emily didn't have any type of jacket with a hood.
I had a hoodie,
but
not a jacket. And I should have brought my rain jacket, but it was heavy. It's a thicker one, and I didn't want to be hot, so I got a big garbage bag poncho. No, it looked like a garbage bag, but it was a poncho. But it kept everything dry. So.
Yeah, I was like looking for Emily, and I'm like looking for the garbage bag walking.
Yeah, army green.
Yeah. But it was definitely an experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
That's a lot of vendors and a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of animals.
Yes, we got to see a lot of the animals. We walked around. I pet a few, and I was like, "Okay, I'm over that. Hand me my hands. Give me some
give me some hand sanitizer."
But it was really fun. The lines, because we got there early.
Yeah.
We got there early because I'd heard that, you might be parking a long ways away. So we got there about like 9 o'clock, I think. There was still like a line of people coming in. We didn't have to park very far at all.
No, we didn't. It wasn't bad.
We did have to walk through some very tall grass.
Yeah.
To get to the line, but we got there and shopped, and it was early, and the lines for the food vendors was not long.
No, it wasn't bad at all.
And so we both got
those ribbon fries,
potatoes that's cut into like chips.
Yeah,
and then we got
they were good.
The one that was like covered and chunked with everything. It was good. But then there was no place to sit, so we ended up sitting. We found like a concrete
pavilion type thing. Yeah,
we just sat down on the ground.
Yeah,
I was like,
we were already, wet and everything.
Yeah. So, but then we headed back to our Airbnb after that, and we just knitted all day. It was so nice.
It was. I enjoyed that.
It was nice. We got DoorDash to bring us some food and stuff.
That was good too.
It was. When we were in Maryland, we went and had seafood one day. Oh my gosh, we got like basically an all you can eat, but we had to pay for it. Of like lobster, crab, mussels, shrimp, clams,
potatoes,
corn. It was really good.
It was good.
The next day we kind of stayed. We went shopping. We went shopping. We had a great time shopping.
We did.
And then on the way home, Sandy was like, "Do y'all didn't get any crab cakes?" And we had thought about getting some and bringing some back the day before, but we were still going to be out shopping.
Right.
So anyway, the next day, Sandy said, "Go to the grocery store and get some." So that's what we did. We found a grocery store and we got some crab cakes and we brought them back and I cooked them. They were so fresh.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
You really don't think, oh, well, fresh as opposed to frozen is a whole lot of difference, but it is.
Yeah.
They were really
good.
So anyway, we had a great time. And next year, the dates are all kind of different, because Easter is April 20th next year.
That's kind of late for Easter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything was kind of different next year. But oh look, a yarn goddess has joined us. I wonder who that is on Instagram. Okay, we have some exciting stuff to show y'all. You know what? Did we ever show the finished shawl? I don't even know where that is.
It's in the garment bag.
We won't show it. But Emily did finish the shawl by Melanie Berg, Slowly Drifting.
Mm-hmm.
I posted a picture of it yesterday. And then people were buying yarn for it yesterday.
I know. That's so nice. Yeah. Great.
So we got so many compliments on our booth at Yarn Centric. We had a lot of yarn packed in there. We normally have a double or a triple lately, and we had to pack everything into a single booth. So when we were at our Airbnb in Baltimore, the morning that we were supposed to check out, we got up at 6:00 in the morning, went, unloaded the trailer. Our trailer was in like a little driveway.
Yeah.
We unloaded the trailer right there in the parking lot.
Yeah. Pulled everything out.
Our neighbors were probably going, what is going on here? Because we had all these carts of yarn and stuff. But we kind of redid our carts and consolidated it and everything and tried to get as much as we could on 3 carts.
Yes.
But anyway, we got so many compliments. But while we were gone, Emily finished that, and then she cast on something new.
Yeah.
We've been selling a lot of yarn for the doodle kits by Pacific Knits, Jamie Lomax.
So here is the floral. I think it's called floral. Is it just floral doodle?
Yeah.
Okay, so
they can't see.
I'm trying to make sure that I don't want to show that part. Okay. So that is the part that I've gotten done so far. And I'm just getting ready to start on some bumblebees right up here with the yellow.
And what is the main color that you're using?
The main color is chocolate opal, and I'm using the fuzzy peach mini set right here.
So this is what she is using. So it takes 2 skeins of the DK, right?
Yes, 2 skeins of the DK and 1 set of minis. So.
And so with this pattern, if y'all have not seen the doodle kits before, it is like you can pick all of these different designs and it creates a tube.
Yes, it's worked in the round. And it's
worked in the round.
I have a provisional cast on. So when you get finished, you will, graft the 2 edges together.
Yeah.
So.
And how many, so in your pattern, there was.
Right. So like in the cowl, she has 10 designs. You know, her example on Ravelry has 10 different charts. But when you buy the pattern, there's actually 27 that you can choose from and make your own, you know. So I did change it up a little bit just because I wanted to use the butterflies.
Yeah. And so you kind of figured out your colors too.
Yes, because you can do all of them solid. Like I could have used a whole, you know, just 1 mini for this flower. But I saw when somebody else did theirs that they were, you know, using multiple colors in theirs. So I thought, oh, well, that's pretty. So I'm using, you know, especially with the flower ones that I picked out. So.
And so there was videos also in this pattern that teaches you how
to catch your floats.
Yes. And so Emily's never done that before, and she was watching.
The only time I did it was did we do something like that in Fox Paws? There was something else, and there was a way, but this one I like. Her video I like a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I've never really, you know, done much of that. So
yeah, I can see where you're catching your floats, like right there and stuff.
Yeah.
So really, really fun.
Yes.
I started a pattern. I think the last time that we were doing one of our podcasts, I was looking at another design by Callie Monster of Monster Knits, and I was going to do, I can't remember what the name of the pattern is, but then when I started really looking at it, I was like, you know, I'm just not feeling it.
Mm.
And so I kept looking at some of her patterns, and I found this one. It's called Flamingo.
Mm-hmm.
Flamingo by Cali Monster. And it uses fingering and mohair, and it can be a wrap, or you can stitch the wrap together at the top and make it into like a poncho.
Yeah.
So here it is. So this part, this dark part that you see here is red jasper and our fingering yak. This part here is mohair, so you can see through it. And I'm also holding it double with our new Stellina thread. There it is. Mm-hmm. It looks so good. I am having so much fun with it. And so you're just kind of basically going back and forth. And you're doing these short rows right here. And the short rows are all kind of like in different spots.
So pretty.
I love it. It is so much fun. Mm-hmm. Really, really lots of fun. So that's what I kind of started working on. I didn't really start working on it until maybe Maryland. I think so. I don't think I worked on it.
You didn't work on it in Georgia? At Julie's at all?
I can't remember. No, I don't know. Because I was working on the Brioche Delicious. I was trying to finish that, but I realized I didn't bring my other skein of yarn. So I had to put that up. Mm-hmm. And so then I cast on this. I'm trying to think, where did, I wound this in the hotel at Georgia, didn't I? So maybe I did start working on it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I did.
It was because we went to Julie's and then to Georgia Mountain.
Okay, yes.
So it was at Georgia Mountain you cast on one night.
Yeah. So it was when I started in Maryland. Yeah. Look at this nice bag that we got from Yarn Centric. Mm-hmm. And seeing this room reminds me, Amy from La Bande Ami, I never say that right, was there, and she talked, and
her story was very cool.
Her story was very, very cool. She was born and raised in Kansas City. Wait.
No, Kansas. She didn't say where, but in Kansas. Or maybe she did, but it's definitely in Kansas.
In Kansas, yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. And then when she graduated, she said that she wanted to go to Paris. Mm-hmm. Like that was her 10-year goal, was to go to Paris. Well, she met a guy, got married, and she moved to Paris. And when she got there, she was having a hard time trying to fit in, so she started knitting because her mom was a knitter. And then it led her to open up this cafe, and then eventually a yarn shop.
I know, just like, the series of events that happened.
It was an amazing story. Yeah. And it just goes to show you, if you have a dream, don't give up. Keep going, keep pushing.
Yeah.
And then she was just sharing about how, like, she had, like, this little space that she was dyeing yarn, and then she expanded. And then she was, and then she had pictures. She had a slideshow. And just talking about, like, her growth. And then her husband found another store, and she was like, there's no way I'm able to fill this. Mm-hmm. But her dream came true. I mean, I have goosebumps. It was so, so good. And I told Emily, I was like, sometimes we get frustrated that we don't do as well that we thought we should do at a show, or something just doesn't go as well. And I'm sure that's with anybody, you get frustrated. You just, if it's your dream, you have to keep going forward. You have to keep pushing. So it was a great story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too. So that was really cool. I mean, we had so many great moments the whole 3 weeks. I can't even tell you all about them.
Yeah.
But anyway, also, I don't know if y'all saw that I shared on Instagram that Telly Bean is coming out with a new design today. And we have the pattern. It is called Rainy, I can't remember now, Rainy Day Tea.
Oh.
I can't remember what it's called now. Let's see if I can find it. I think that's what it's called. So she does have a new pattern that's coming out today. It is DK. So she shared another picture of it right there. It's called the Gentle Rain.
Gentle Rain sweater pattern. Okay.
So hold it up so they can see. I don't know if I can see that.
You trying to like get it?
Okay.
No, yeah, do it.
Can I see?
Okay, maybe that's yeah. There you go.
All right, there it is.
So cute.
You can go and I think she has a discount sale today too, 60% off until June 5th. We're gonna cast it on and put it in our booth.
Yes.
It is DK, and so for the main color, and so we've been talking with her, and so she was like, if y'all want to do kits, we can do kits. So I think we're going to do some kits.
Okay.
So the main color, which is the body, is pink. So here is 2 skeins of our Luxe DK and Rose Quartz. I think this is very, very close to what her main color is.
Yes.
And then she also has this dark kind of teal. And so that is malachite. Then she has this lighter green, which is euclase. And then finally she has this purple, which is up around the neck or the yoke, and that is alexandrite.
Yes.
So those are the colors that are about the same as what she has. And I think this is what we're going to cast on. It is DK. Super, super cute. It's kind of like a crop top.
I know. I love it.
But you could make it longer. You would just need
maybe
one more.
Yeah.
Of the rose quartz. I know. I love the rose quartz. It's really, really pretty. It's a nice soft pink. But so cute.
Yes,
so
very cute.
We need to make some kits for it. So that is coming out today, and there's some more exciting news that's coming from her later. I think she's got a few more patterns coming out, so really exciting. We're also going to be doing with our Halloween box. Telly Bean does a Halloween
cowl
knit along, like a cowl every year, and so the yarn or the colors that she's going to be using in hers, we're going to be putting it in our Halloween box.
Yep.
And so if you order a Halloween box, you'll have the yarn. You'll just have to purchase the pattern from her. But you don't have to do the Halloween box. I mean, not the Halloween pattern.
Knit along, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I said cowl, but maybe she doesn't always do it. The last 2, I think, have been a cowl, but she may not always do that.
Yeah. So really exciting. But we got in Monday night and yarn was delivered Tuesday. We kind of like unloaded the trailer and all that kind of stuff Tuesday and took the rest of the day off. But we are very busy in the job pots because we leave again next Thursday.
I know.
We are headed to Lexington, Kentucky. This will be the first time that we're doing this show. We're really excited to be able to go to another part of the United States that we've drove through Kentucky several times.
Right.
But as far as having a booth, this will be the first time that we're there. And so really excited about that, to see some of our Kentucky peeps.
I know. be fun.
Yeah. And then we, Angie from the Traveling Yarn Yogi is going to be there, and we are rooming together. We got Airbnb
we did
together, so that's going to be fun. But anyway, we are just, we're so excited for this year. So many great things are happening. And we're glad that you're along for the ride, that we're glad that you're here. We did cancel knit night last night because we had some things, like we just got back Sunday and we wanted to go see family and just, all that stuff. But anyway, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, me too.
What else are we working on?
We're going to be getting the minis out for May.
I forgot.
Yep. So we picked the colors out.
We did pick the colors.
Yes.
Do you want to show them from, because you got them still up there?
Yes, I have them right here, but I don't have any emerald.
So emerald is the May birthstone. And so also May, or this weekend, is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. And so we were trying to figure out something to do with the Mother's Day theme, and then also it being May. Well, when we kind of think about, in Greek mythology, a mother, we think about Demeter. Demeter was the mother of Persephone, but Demeter doesn't have a whole lot of colors. And so we went to the next best thing, which is Persephone, and Persephone is the goddess of spring. So we have put together a great, beautiful spring collection. The first one, of course, is emerald, and we are sold out of all of our emerald.
So that's in the dye pots now.
That's in the dye pots. This is a bulky mini in emerald.
Okay, and then we have pink sapphire, and then smithsonite, dolomite,
which is the nice soft yellow.
Yes, and then malachite.
So these are all of the colors that are in Grecian spring and also Persephone's bouquet.
Okay, right.
So those are all of the colors. You're going to be able to get them all individually. We are calling this color set Picking Flowers, because when the story of Persephone starts, or the part where it picks up where Hades kidnapped her, she was in the meadow picking flowers. And these are all very colorful spring colors. And so that's the name of the collection, Picking Flowers. And if you're just now joining us, one thing that we do every month is we do an automatic shipment. You can sign up for that on our website, and it is called Mystery Mini Mania. This year we're kind of like disclosing or sharing what the colors are before we ship. So if you wanted to get in on the automatic shipment, you can. We try to ship around the 15th of every month. Sometimes it might be a little before, a little after, depending on our shows. These will definitely go out next week before we leave for Kentucky, and we'll have these at Kentucky. Also, one thing that we've been doing is we dye all of these colors. Well, Emily dyes
all the solids.
All of the solids. And then I put together all of these colors in one skein, and that will be called Picking Flowers.
Yes.
And we'll have it in sock and DK. It's going to be so colorful.
I know.
Last month's color, Fuzzy Peach, sold really well. We sold out of it.
And those are the colors in the doodle that I just showed you. So
it's all those colors in one skein. So we've got a lot of yarn to dye.
I know. We do. We're busy.
We are very busy. So this is going to be kind of a short podcast today, because we're going to get back down and get busy back in the dye pots. And I have somewhere to go here in a little bit.
I know.
Something like so exciting. And knit night next Tuesday is going to be a little different. And so I will be messaging the people and our knit night about what's going on for next Tuesday. I'll be posting it in our group. We do have, for anybody that might be new watching today, we have a Facebook group. It's called For the Love of Knitting, or Jems, For the Love of Knitting. Make sure to join it, because we do kind of share a lot more that we might not share on our public page. But I'll be talking about that. What's happening next week for Knit Night is going to be a little different. So I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're good.
It's kind of cloudy today. It's very muggy outside.
I don't know if yarn's going to dry.
It is very muggy.
Yeah.
And it was very muggy in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Everybody is talking about how the South is so...
Oh my gosh, and we walked all over that day.
We did. I was sweaty.
Yeah.
I was sweaty.
Yeah.
It was hot. So it is very muggy today.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you walk outside and you start sweating.
I know.
And it's just May.
I know. Oh.
Yeah. So we said so at this time.
We did.
That's our favorite word. All right. We're going to go get back in the dog pots. Thanks for joining us this morning. And we hope you have an amazing rest of the week. A happy Mother's Day. And we will see you next Tuesday night. And we will see you here next Wednesday. So,
all right.
bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.